2017, I was first diagnosed with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. And I went through treatment and was in remission for 3 years. And then in 2020, in April of 2020, in the midst of the height of lockdown and all these things going on, I was re-diagnosed. I relapsed.
So we quickly went to Missouri Cancer and came home, packed a bag, and went to Kansas City, knowing that he would have to have a bone marrow transplant and that he would have to be treated either in Kansas City or St. Louis. And so we had already decided, like, if this ever happened, we would go to Kansas City. But what we couldn't ever have counted on was like the 4 phone calls that we received from the physician from Columbia to Kansas City saying, you understand you have to leave him at the front door. You understand you will not get to visit him. And so just trying to process, like, the first time Matt was sick, I was able to be with him, or his dad was, or Madison was with him the entire time. And so for him to just realize that, oh shoot, like, I'm going to be on my own. But like, as a parent, it was absolutely excruciating.
I always called my mom like the quarterback of my treatment. She was, obviously I was kind of the football. She would help me advance, help guide me forward. And so it was all of a sudden like, no, it's up to you this time. That support was really stripped away this time around because of COVID. Dr. Velick, he just pulled me aside and we were having a conversation, and he said, if you get this, if you get COVID, you will die. You have nothing to fight it. And so that was just a really sombering and scary moment.
So not only did it make his treatment different, it made everything different. And then it made this bubble that he had to be in and still has to be in, especially now when we see the spike in numbers, we see this variant that is more contagious and more easily transmitted than the non-variant. And so, Matt hasn't been able to go to church again, isn't able to really live life fully because of the risk.
Just a couple months after my transplant was my best friend's wedding. And so it was an outdoor wedding, so I got to stand up beside him during the ceremony, but unfortunately, I couldn't go to the reception. I had to record my speech and email it to him so that he could show everybody. And for the people around me, if any of them were to get sick, I have been vaccinated, but even with my immune system still coming back, I am still at a greater risk that it won't be as effective. So for the people around me and the people that are in contact with the people around me, it's so important that they get vaccinated, that they do what they can to not only protect themselves, but the people I care about and me.
When you have a child that's beat cancer twice, but has to remain on chemo with a compromised, very delicate immune system, you don't know, when I say you, the person, you don't know when you're standing in the grocery line or sitting by somebody at church or wherever you go, at the restaurant, you don't know when someone like Matt May, who from the outside looks completely normal, you don't know when that person's beside you or behind you. And so I know he looks great and he looks normal, he looks healthy, but he's fragile. And I'm passionate about, please help my son by protecting yourself and by protecting him. And so from that perspective, it's just so important that we keep people who are vulnerable at the forefront. But Matthew's not my only child, and Madison, my daughter, is a healthcare worker in Kansas City. I'm seriously concerned about the morale of our healthcare workers, about their stamina. It isn't a simple situation. It is a ripple effect. And so I don't know how our hospitals and healthcare workers can withstand another one of these waves and still be standing at the end of it, because it is very, very stressful and very, very hard on those frontline workers.
We have an obligation to do it. We can protect not only people like me, but people we love and care about who, they might be healthy, but we just don't know. There's just so much risk with, obviously anything in life, but obviously this disease is the real deal. And so just doing what we can is so important.